Welcome back to the campfire. Today, we're going to be continuing our journey here in Aska. So sit back, relax, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into this. So we got our dogs running around, they're doing their thing, living all happy and whatnot. Gotta feed them. It looks like, there we go. And then we've got the first of the longhouses constructing. We just need wooden beams and more wooden posts. So that's going to take some time for those. Finally got some of the... I mean, it's not the most level, but it'll work out. Land prepared. Next phase would be to continue digging outwards. We'll work with that as is. The other things we want to start doing is clear out like the wolf garden or wolf ends. I kind of want... Oh yeah, we can go all the way down there to clear that one out. That's not a big issue. Want to keep one just to have wolves around. But we want to also start working on clearing out bosses. So that's going to be a thing we do. Another thing that I need to look at is we need a healer's hut. But where is that in here? Healing hut. Here we go. Where to place you becomes a question. I should just start breaking down these shelters. It's not like we need all of them either. We'll place this here. Let that be built. And that'll be a good enough for now. Because this is just something that's going to be needed, though we don't have somebody to live in it at the moment and work. Do you have anything cooked here, sitting, waiting? No? Okay. I'm going to go to the tavern and pick up food. And we'll start making our way down to take care of a boss. Open storage. Alright. We will take fish pie with us. And we'll start heading down on our way. That'll be good enough. There. Yeah, because now I can see where it's at and we can make our way there. Alright. And that'll be our first boss fight. We're leaving the closer Wolfar den active so that we can still go get more puppies as wanted or needed. And then, yeah. Of course, thinking about it, I should stay closer to the village until midnight passes, just in case we get another blood moon. Gather Jotun blood. Screw it. Might as well. We need it anyways. Alright. Well, now that it's daylight... I'm gonna clear these out real quick and summon the boss. Probably turn off sprinting. There we go. Is sprinting off? No. There we go. Now sprinting's off. I had a feeling. Get our stamina back here real quick. All of our stats are full. Now to let him fight. Come on. I am terrible at timing this. Yep, this is not going to go well for me. Oh, come on. Well, that one I dodged just fine. And now we've got to deal with more wolves. Fantastic. Oh, and now he hits harder. Okay. Oh. Oh, come on. Pull out the dang sword. There we go. Oh. Come on. Maybe I can just out DPS him. And we did it. Alright. That was not the worst. Combat in this game does not go the way I would expect. But it worked. Okay, so we got the Earth artifact. And a lot more materials to work with. Is that it? Alright. As much leather as we can carry. And as many pelts, too. Not that we can use the pelts, but we'll make that work out for us in the end. We'll head back to the base. Drop stuff off and heal up. Or I could just grab some garlic and onions on the way and heal. But either way, should probably head home and start the construction of the first ritual stone. Because that one is going to be useful. Giving ourselves... Yeah, okay. The useful part of it is it increases our health. The somewhat more useful for our villagers is it increases mining, stone breaking, wood chopping. Mostly wood chopping and stone breaking, I believe. But I think that applies to mining as well. I've never actually thought about that one. Or tried it. I guess I just assume that it also works for that. There we go. We'll be close to full health here in a minute. What's next on the list? I mean, the next boss, realistically, is the one that's sitting over here, or that we could go and do all the way down here. That one, I'm told, is fun. Not really. But because we have... Did we have the armor smith being worked on? Yeah, that one's nowhere near being done. But everything else is, so this should be going. Okay, they're working on it. They're working on it. We do have... That's getting finished. And the next thing that we can start working on is this. Oh, we need the wooden altar before we can start making that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and place this there. And we'll start working on plopping this down, I guess. Alright, they've got the longhouse, at least that second stage done. We'll see what it turns into, what more needs to be done with that. Did they really stop building in the middle of it? Apparently they did. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Summon. Who do we got? Rocker. Just better at stone. And craftsman. Which we do need more craftsmen. Forger's instinct. Able to gather more resources and maximize the bounty of the land. Resilient surge, inner strength when my health is at the lowest. We do need more craftsmen. We also do need to get a forester set up at some point, which that first one would be useful for, but I'm gonna go with craftsman. Because I'm a masochist. Not really, but somewhat. In the context of these games. Okay. Yeah, this is nowhere near done. Fair enough. I mean, we do have shelters available as needed for now. Should look at getting rid of these, but not yet. The healer's hut just requires rope, which we don't have enough of. And we never seem to have enough of. Let's drop things out of our inventory that we don't need to hold on to. Oh, we have a lot of Jotun blood stored up. Got enough. No bark. Alright. Hopefully they're working on this so we can start maneuvering that around. Making space for moving villagers over to make actual armor, which will help us in the long run. Coal, looks like we've got more than our fair share of it. What was I going to look at? Right. Leather. I need to move the leather stuff that's in my inventory, which is on this side of the building. Deposit all those. I can't put pelts here because this needs to be upgraded. We need to upgrade this to the house before we can do tier 2. Just like this is already tier 2. We need to upgrade this as well. I'm going to let the longhouse finish and then we'll deal with upgrading those structures. What about you? Upgrading the farm would probably also help out. Yes, you want compost. I'm aware. Yeah, the farm also is kind of on the slow end. That's growing, and that's going to be all the flax, which will give us more ropes. So to get compost, we need an outhouse. Let's go ahead and build one of these. I find them amusing. Because yes, for some reason, your characters and villagers don't need to use the bathroom until you have one. And then they'll go use the bathroom a lot. But hey, it works out. I guess they've just been soiling their trousers this whole time. It's my best guess. We need a lot of rope and a lot of flax. So we are gonna go hunting for that. Alright, next phase of the healing hut is done. And of course there's a roof, which I will let them deal with. I'm gonna go ahead and start grabbing the large stones so that we can get the armor smith going. Do we have... yeah, he's got a whole bunch stored here, so we'll be good there. Just get that moving back and forth, back and forth. And the longhouse might be done. It is done. There we go. Alright, let's go check out this longhouse, see how this works out compared to the cottages. So there's... It's more like the tall house. I don't get it. Okay, so you can build an expansion. Extends the house. Extends the house. You can build better beds. Let's start here. Alright, so you can get a fair amount of beds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I mean, for right now, you could do 8 or 10. So let's just load this up. So that's going to be 8 beds. That's already 2 better than the cottage. You can stuff another 2, but I want to see... Where does the extension go to? Okay, so you can extend that way, that way. You can actually extend this a fair bit in all directions. What does the large expansion do or take? It actually really doesn't take that much more material, and in at least one case, even less. So, but I can't extend this way? Why not? What's in the way this way? Besides all the logs and whatnot. Alright, so try to figure out why I can't extend this. Of course. So something about that spot. This doesn't like it. Oh, hey. Let's take a look at all those. Deeds. Odin, Tier 1 completed. What does that do me? Nothing. There's rewards for doing the rest. What about... Did I finish anything up here? No, I did not. I gotta catch a fish for Scaldy. Thor I finished. And this is a lot of other fighting. This is all the crafting. Gotta do rope. Oh. It's a lot of crafting. Crap materials. Got it. Assign 2 villagers and then 1 villager to a warehouse. That's doable. That's for population control. This is for food production. Gefjon. Gefjon? No idea. Then Mimir. Discover a rare fish. Is that really the last one I gotta do on that one? Fair. Okay. And if I remove you from this spot, is that gonna help? Apparently not. Oops. Come on. Well, leveling this out should bring everything up reasonably. And then maybe we can... I wonder if I've got to remove these 2 trees to the right to allow us to do the extension. Because this will bring that middle section roughly in line. Yeah. So it's probably these trees right back here that are causing the issue. We can get rid of them and be done with it. Oh, come on. Don't break things that you don't need to break. Here we go. Let's see. Alright, all those trees are cleared. Let's add... Yeah, there we go. We can add the big extension. Kind of weird that doesn't let us flatten those two, but hey. Or those three. No, I wanted to level the... not pick up the stick. We can let that settle as a project they'll work on. Hopefully they focus more on other things at the moment. But having this project available doesn't hurt. And we'll be expanding our population a little bit as well, just to try and get things moving. No, I wanted to level the dang ground. There. Alright. Let that keep going. What else? What else? Who's next? That just needs more large stones. That's large stones and the long sticks that we just cut down. I mean, from the looks of it, the other projects we have going will be done in relatively short order. So I need to gather a bunch of thatch so that those beds will be created for the population we're expanding. So I'm going to start summoning the next guy and go gather thatch. Because once we have a bunch of builders, I can just let these projects go. Now they're all going to be happy because we've got the worshipping started. Let's see. You like fishing and crafting. You are storm unease. Okay. Well, again, we are just going to need crafters. Especially as we're adding more and more things that need people doing their jobs like that. And then off we go to get thatch. Okay. Well, we've got more builders. That's going up. We're getting more beds made. So we can start housing everybody here. As many builders as we've got, nobody's doing any of this. Alright. So I need to grab a bunch of sticks and 8 more thatch. Well, let's get the thatch first, because that's going to take me the longest. It's going to be the furthest run at this point. Also adding more people to the cook hut so that we're getting more food made. And that's kind of where we're at, is just getting things going and flowing. 4. So we need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Then we can just get that last bed done. Of course, so we can hold 9 items medium, besides the weapons we're carrying. Got it! We need to start making more things, and I need to start dropping off tools I'm not using actively. I just tend to keep them on me because I don't want to run back and pick up a tool just to do the next thing I'm thinking about doing. Come on, why would I want to do that? There we go, there's that, there's that. Hey, the next bed got done. Thank you. Somebody's finally doing their job. Come on. We can manage the house and assign somebody to sleep here. And then as we expand the place, we can just add more beds instead of building a whole new structure, which I actually kind of like that fact. Cottages are nice, but they're very expensive for, you know, only being able to fit 6 beds. But the longhouse, we're able to put 8 at default and just expand the base or the building for slightly less resources than building the main structure. Which I will say is kind of nice. So instead of building a whole bunch of longhouses just to get 2 more people, we can build a bunch, or 1 longhouse, expand it for about 3/4 of the resources of 1. And it's 16. Just kind of makes sense to do. Gotta figure out why the fishing is not moving as quickly as it could. That is another problem, is that fishing spot is not great. But if we added the rowboat, maybe it would be. Probably would be. Should probably look at doing that. We need to add more people to the crafting. Oops. Did not want to do that. We did just get a new crafter. Let's probably move them there. I want to see what will it cost to upgrade this. Probably more than I'm looking at. Here we go. Well, it'd be doable. I just want them to finish that longhouse first. Storage space is full. Yes, I'm aware. Can't do anything with it. Harvest. Yeah, because these only give 1 fish meat per. But let's get all this out of our inventory first. All the sticks. Thor really likes to beat his hammer around here. But that's what happens when you're in a Norse Viking area, I guess. It's just the way things go. Here we go. Get a whole bunch of large rocks available in this area so that maybe they'll finish these 2 items finally. The armor smith and the outhouse. If we get the outhouse done, we might actually have better crop flow. And the outhouse will be done a lot sooner. Because there's another phase to the armor smith. Then we have to build it up to the next phase beyond that. I'll leave it where it's at, though, as far as construction goes. That was a really short thunderstorm. But let's get this done. Wow. Gotta drag so much from so far away. Ah, well. I should put somebody back onto the stone construction, or stone gathering. If just so that it gets taken care of closer, and the materials are closer, so they're not running all the way to the mine for large stones. Another thing I should probably do is put roads throughout the base. I mean, paths are fine. But should probably put these throughout town. How do we want to arrange this? Well, no, there's going to be rocks in the way no matter what I do. Shoot. Alright, Well. Okay. So we go from here to about here. Nope. Alright, now it'll go fine. Then we go here. I don't want to break that one. I'm going to build this pathway going over to here. Because we just want roads going throughout the base. So we can build it here and then cut up and over to here. And then we can cross from here over to in front of the houses. And that's about as far as those go. And down towards the farm. That'll work. And we can add a road from here to the middle of town. Oh. Okay, can't do that. How about this way? Yep, we can do this way. Can do that, but why can't we go like this? No? Wish there was a way to get rid of some of these rocks that's blocking the pathway. What if I do this? Nope. Okay. If I level some of this out, will that let us place the roadway? No. It still panics and freaks out from that. It's just that first spot. There we go. That'll work. And that gives decent pathing throughout the base, for the most part. The only thing that's missing is, let's go from here to here to up this way, and from here to the warehouse. And that'll cover just about everything. And let the builders kind of take care of bringing all the materials for the moment being. We can get another villager coming in, which will give us another builder. Let's take that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what do we got? We have bear power, heavy hitter, heavy eater, increased strength, need to eat more. But they're also good at farming in the spring. Rain dancer, they love it when the rain falls. And unwavering mental fortitude, immune to anxiety debuffs. Alright. Well, I think Bruna's the one we're going with. So there we are. As for this, so it's Sten and Emmeline. Issues. Sten. Where's Sten? So Emmeline. Well, Emmeline is a nighttime person anyways. So let's put you on night shift. There we go. That way we'll have somebody cooking at all hours. Why are you unhappy still? Soggy discomfort does not like the rain. Tired bowman, iron stomach, battle-scarred veteran. So you're not bad, but... why are you just so terrible? Well, yes, and we have a homeless villager, but we just need to go over and add them to the house. That's not a big deal. I should go grab the road maker and get that started. There. I'm not sure how to make that one villager any happier. They're just gonna be unhappy, and I think I'll have to accept that. Can't please everybody. Let's go here. Iron rake, road maker. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and just start breaking out some of these roads. I should have done a little bit more planning when it came to building this village, but hey. We can always adjust how we're going and the way things are built. Not a huge deal. And while we're doing all this, we'll add another miner and set this up to be built to the next phase. Definitely getting a lot more cave crawlers coming through there too, so I'm gonna have to watch that. Can I add to this through here? No. Okay. Well, I had thought. What do you have a problem with? You're on a hunt. You're supposed to be hunting. If your storage is full, that's a different problem, but your storage doesn't appear to be full. What's your issue? Getting hungry and we need... okay. We need more storage for blooms, which means these guys need to be working faster down here. And are they not? Let's see. This. We want that built. Just let them kind of go as they're gonna go. Workers. We do have another... gathering, preparing wood for multiple uses. I was gonna say, did we not... yeah. You're decent for crafting and mining. You're decent for... let's have you go there. Sif is a better, I guess, lumber person? You're good crafting. I'll have you go here. So that'll work out that way. Let's start working on roads. And this is kind of what I'm going to be doing for a little bit. We're just going to be... whoa. Oh, that was the outhouse. Right. So, I forgot we were doing this. We can enter. You sit for a minute. And then your character screams because, you know, going to the bathroom should sound like that, apparently, instead of going to a doctor or taking a laxative. Yeah, that's just how Vikings let everybody know that they've gone and used the restroom. Who knows? But that's how you get, one of the ways you get fertilizer. And another thing for that is spoiled food, which can be used for that purpose. There we go. Now we're going to get more roads finished. But thank you for joining me here by the campfire. If you like the video, like it. If you have questions, comments, concerns, witty remarks, recommendations, and suggestions, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe if you want to. Join the Discord if you want to. And as always, have a wonderful day.